get the job done. He does not inspect his gear. While repositioning himself, he slips and falls. His damaged lanyard does not hold, and it cost Matt his life. John anchors the wrong way to the I-beam. He figures it will be enough to hold him if he slips a little, and he's not going to fall anyway, right? It turns out to be a costly mistake, and John pays for it dearly. Dan's working without any guardrails or fall protection. That's a recipe for disaster. Dan will never see his daughter grow up. Paul was working on a platform high up when he slipped and fell. Good thing for him, the guardrails prevented him from falling all the way down, where he could be injured or killed. How about you? Would you be as fortunate as the worker in our scenario if you fell at work? Working with your feet on solid ground is difficult enough, but work at height and you add danger to difficult. Every day, workers are injured falling from heights, so there are standards your employer meets to keep you working safely. Wherever you work, if it's 4 feet off the ground for general industry or 6 feet off the ground in construction, your employer's competent person identifies any fall hazards you could face. Then, safe fall protection systems are selected, and training provides skills for proper ways to use them. You'll learn to recognize unsafe practices and know which tasks increase your risk of falling. Remember, prevention is your best defense. That's why we cover basic fall protection systems from guardrails to full body harnesses. We'll go over how to use and care for your equipment. Finally, we cover rescue from falls. What happens when your fall arrest system keeps you from hitting the ground, but you're still suspended in the air. Stay behind guardrails. This worker needed a pair of gloves and foolishly took a chance going over the guardrail. That action had deadly consequences. Inspect your work area before starting. Chances are you'll find properly installed handrails on the stairs and guardrails on any open side or edge of your work site. Handrails are there for your protection. Always put one hand on them to keep from slipping. If you don't see proper handrails or guardrails, let your competent person know before entering the work site. The standard guardrail is 42 inches above the walking working level. Its height can vary depending on your facility. A mid-rail is installed halfway between the top rail and the walking working surface, unless there is a wall at least 21 inches high. The maximum opening between the rails can't be larger than 19 inches. If there's a risk of material falling, screens or mesh are installed along the entire guardrail system. Since your employer wants you to put your hand on the guardrail, it will be smooth enough not to cut you or snag your clothing. If the perimeter is marked by a wire rope, you'll see flags about every 6 feet to remind you of the fall hazard. Remember, flagging does not have the capacity to prevent a fall. It's just a warning. The guardrail is there with the hope it prevents a fall over the edge. We say hopefully because while the rail must absorb 200 pounds of vertical or horizontal force, the force of a fall plus the added weight of your tools, it might not keep you on the surface. The purpose of a guardrail is fall prevention. Do not bet your life on it. Where there's no guardrail, you wear a fall arrest system to keep you working safely. It includes a certified anchorage, lanyard, full body harness, and connectors such as snap hooks and D-ring. Before you ever use a harness, you'll be trained to put it on and adjust the straps for safety. First, inspect it for frayed webbing, broken fibers or cuts, distorted or discolored D-rings, cracks, rough or sharp edges on metal parts. unusual wear where the buckle attaches, tongue and grommet condition, as well as a safely working buckle. If it's safe to use, hold the harness by the back D-ring and shake the straps into place. Release buckled straps and slip them over your shoulders so the D-ring is located in the middle of the back between your shoulder blades. Pull the leg strap between your legs and connect to opposite end. Waist strap should be tight but not binding. Connect the chest strap and position it in the middle of your chest. Check the harness to verify it's snug but allows full movement. Always have a buddy give you a final check to make certain equipment is in the right place and not twisted or working incorrectly. This system works only if you know how all the components work together to stop a fall. A certified anchorage is a secure point for your lanyard or lifeline to be attached. It should be able to support at least 5,000 pounds, or twice the impact force of a worker free-falling 6 feet. Certified anchorages must be designed by a qualified person, so verify this with your competent person. There are no 100% rules of thumb, but try to visualize the anchor holding a 3/4-ton truck. Also, in eyeballing an anchorage, keep in mind nearby structural components, machines, or systems being supported from that same area. Your certified anchorage is used only to secure a fall arrest system, and not to support or suspend platforms. If the anchorage is not designed to accept a lanyard or lifeline, you'll need to attach an anchorage connector. This is a device designed to provide a secure attachment, such as a connector strap, D-ring connector, beam connector, and beam trolleys. Unsafe anchorages include guardrails, hoists, conduit, hangers, or anything that's already holding you up, like most scaffolding. Whatever you anchor to, it must be compatible with your lanyard or lifeline and appropriate for your work. Always try to anchor directly above to reduce risk of swing fall. And your anchorage must be high enough to keep you from hitting the surface below if you fall. Keep in mind equipment, walls, or other items you might swing or fall into on your way down. Your lanyard is specially designed flexible line with a self-locking snap hook at each end. One snap hook connects to your full body harness, and the other connects to your anchorage or self-retracting lifeline. Lanyards come in a variety of designs and intended use applications. A shock-absorbing lanyard extends out to 3.5 feet to absorb the arrest force. Because of the extra length, add the extra length of the fully extended lanyard to the distance from the D-ring to your feet before depending on this type of fall arrest system. There are several types of lanyards. You'll use the ones most appropriate for your work site. A self-retracting lanyard has a drum-wound line that unwinds and retracts as you move. If you fall, the drum immediately locks. While a self-retracting lanyard gives you more freedom to move than a shock-absorbing lanyard, be careful to work below your anchorage to avoid swing fall effects and serious injury or death. Just like lanyards, there are several types of lifelines to choose from. Your lifeline is a wire connecting a carabiner to your lanyard, either shock-absorbing or self-retracting.
Yes.
A vertical lifeline's rope grab allows you to move up and automatically locks if you fall. Your rope grab must be compatible with your lifeline and installed correctly. Keep the rope grab as high as possible on the lifeline, and the lanyard between the rope grab and full body harness as short as possible. When the lifeline is horizontal, it allows you to move around more freely because it stretches between two horizontal anchorages. However, if it's not installed properly, it may fail at the anchorage. Because of this danger, a horizontal lifeline is designed, installed, and used only under the supervision of a qualified person. Before you and a coworker attach to the same horizontal lifeline, check with your competent person to see if it's designed for multi-worker use.
Before he was my partner, but now I divorced him.
Next is sino ba night shift?
Your full body harness is an important part of your fall arrest system. Harness